Hello, YouTube channel. So, we are talking about performance and performance nerves. Yes, the nerves always get the better of us, don't they, whenever we're performing. And it's so vital that as performers, as singers, we really get a handle of our emotions and how we want a song to go ourselves and, you know, our real desire of what we're trying to achieve with our performance. So the first thing to note about nerves is that it's constriction. It really impairs the vocal quality, the sound, and the breathing of our technique, and it also doesn't allow us to have really long phrases in our music, because then we're gasping for air and we're struggling and we're we're sweating and we're thinking, oh no, we're not going to get to the end of the phrase and musical phrase, and then my voice is going to go squeaky when I try to get to the high part. And then you've got all of these other things in your mind which are taking your mind away from the actual spirit of the music and bringing that to life more than your own feelings of fear and distress, which are actually limiting you in your ability to put forward your actual message which you want to put forward. And really, the solution to this is really to be open, to open up, to breathe really deeply. Take a deep breath through your mouth, because you need to get as much air in as possible. So we don't breathe through our noses because we're not going to get enough air in. So taking a deep breath, being open, and instead of having that closing energy where we're thinking and we hunch up and we start tensing up our shoulders and everything is just constricted, and then our throat constricts and everything like that, we need to convert it to a performance energy where we're kind of understanding that, okay, so we're about to perform now. So first of all, I'm going to retract my false folds. I'm going to anchor the walls of my pharynx. I am going to have really good breathing, and I'm also going to have correct posture. And all of those things will help me in terms of a solution to combating that actual fear and distress that you have in the performance. Take a deep breath. I cannot tell you how important it is just to take a deep breath, because really we want this to be a celebration of your voice, a celebration of the material that this composer's put together, or you've put together if it's your own song. So really it's about accepting that performances are stressful and we always want to do our best, but not letting that fear and that kind of inner voice in our head which tells us no, you can't do it, and all of these questions that come into our mind. It's about shutting that down and saying, well, no, I'm in this moment now, and actually I can hit that note. I've practiced it several times already and it sounds really good, and I know exactly how I want the music to come across, and the feeling and the rhythm and the tempo and the interpretation and everything, it will come across because that's exactly how you want the piece of music to become. It's about you taking that message in the palm of your hands and saying, okay, here, audience, here is the message. It's a message of beauty, of clarity, of interpretation of a beautiful story, which isn't about my fears. It's about this character and what this character is feeling at this moment, and bringing that piece of music to life, rather than it being about you. Okay, it's not about you, but it's about that message that comes through you, and it's thinking in that way, and then having the correct breathing that goes with that will bring a whole new dimension to your performance, and really people will love the performance because they feel your freeness, they feel your love, your warmth, and your passion when you're singing, and that comes across, and people really kind of want to gravitate to that and kind of get to that message, because they're thinking, wow, I'm closing my eyes and I can actually picture myself in that story, being that person, doing that thing, and being there. So it's about actually taking them to that place in their mind where they're thinking, wow, I can really imagine this taking place, or whatever. Unless the song that you're singing is about fear and distress, then you can be as fearful and constricted and have bad breathing technique. No, well, maybe not bad breathing technique, but you can have those elements of it if the song requires you to have that. But if it doesn't, then you shouldn't be portraying that in your singing. So I hope that these tips are going to be helpful to you, and I'll be with you again soon. So take care. Bye bye.